Dominic Pace, presenting Greenpeace Fund for $35,000. Congratulations. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Supreme Master Shanghai, for this very special contribution. Greenpeace campaigns globally for a clean energy future, a future without global warming pollution. Greenpeace campaigns to protect tropical rainforests around the world. Greenpeace campaigns for marine reserves to protect the diversity of ocean life. And it's contributions like this that are a boost to our efforts. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
May we ask the founders of Child Help to please step forward. Yay.
Child Help began 52 years ago. Yvonne and I founded it, and we dedicated it to God from day one. And we began in Japan, building orphanage for the Amerasian children. And then we went to Vietnam, built orphanages there, and organized the Vietnam Baby Lift, and brought thousands of children to this country for adoption. And now we're the largest nonprofit organization in America dealing with the prevention and treatment of child abuse. Thank you.
Thank you.
And here's one of our special guest presenters.
From LA Music Week, Representative Rick Mason is here to present the third check.
I'd like to present this to you. Thank you. It's wonderful. It is the real love.
Thank you. This has been a wonderful afternoon of love and light, and we're very familiar with that because we've always dedicated our organization to God, and we've always worked with the love and the light to heal the abused and neglected children who are in our care. It's a great epidemic, unfortunately, in our country, and we all need to get behind the movement of helping these precious little souls and turn their lives around and help them to become the beautiful human being that God intended them to be. Thank you so much for this check today and for the love given with it. God bless you.
God bless you.
Next, we'll have the presentations for United Way of Greater Los Angeles and United Way Worldwide. Please step forward, Directors Sandra Coe and Laura Pope.
Here to present the fourth check is two-time Oscar nominee Carol Connors.
First of all, my name is Carol Connors. Thank you, guys. Being that I have written with David Shire, the great David Shire, and Bill Conti on two of my Oscar nominations, I just want to say that this was one of the most beautiful, inspiring moments, and it is inspiring for me to give you both this check, and I'm so proud of what you do.
On behalf of United Way of Greater Los Angeles, I would like to say thank you to Supreme Master Shanghai for all that she has done for her humanitarian efforts across the world and in Los Angeles. We really appreciate it. At United Way, we are creating pathways out of poverty every day. We're the voice for those who don't have a voice. So I want to say thank you on behalf of the 1.5 million people in Los Angeles County that live in poverty. I want to thank you for the 52,000 homeless that are on our streets every night and for the hundreds of thousands of children that are struggling to graduate from high school. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ms. Connors will also be presenting the fifth check.
Thank you, Master Shanghai, for this generous gift. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's an honor to be here. I'm really grateful for this generous gift. Thank you.
Thank you.
And our final charity is the Environmental Media Association, or EMA, and our co-host, who is rushing up here to get this check, is Ed Begley, Jr. from EMA's Board of Directors, and he'll be accepting the donation on the group's behalf from our special guest presenter.
I'll be mercifully brief since you've heard from me a lot. I just want to say that Emma Environmental Media Association is a liaison between the environmental community and the entertainment community. They get a lot of green messages into TV shows and movies and lots of other things, and they've greened up a lot of sets and production offices. They've done wonderful work, so check out Emma, the Environmental Media Association. I want to thank you so much, Supreme Master Ching Hai.
Theater actor Greg Polson will now be presenting the sixth and final check.
All right, let's give our 6 charities and special guest presenters a round of applause, please.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, you've just donated a total of $210,000 for multiple noble causes. That was so inspiring to watch. Would you like to share some remarks at this time?
Thank you, thank you. First of all, congratulate the lotto winners. It's your lucky day today. Lucky day. Yes, thank you for helping me to present some little humble token of gratitude and admiration to these great groups who are working selflessly day and night to help make a better world. Thank you, EarthSafe, Greenpeace, Child Help, United Way of Greater Los Angeles, United Way Worldwide, and Environmental Media Association. May God bless your effort and help you to continue with the strength that you are dedicating to the less fortunate of our world. Thank you for being in the front line. Thank you so much. Please continue with God's love.
Thank you, Supreme Master Ching Hai. We are thankful for what you do, not just today, but every day for people and the planet.
Yes, everybody is so appreciative, Supreme Master. Will you be watching the rest of the show with us?
I'd be honored to. I'd be honored to. This is a very rare occasion. I love it so much that I will sacrifice my meditation hours to sit here and watch this. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Supreme Master Ching Hai.
Here they are, our other beautiful MCs.
Beautiful, beautiful.
In case you haven't noticed, we all share something in common, which is that we're all vegan.
Wow. Bless you.
And we all love Don McLean, who is setting up backstage right now. So you will have to endure us for just a few moments while the band sets up. Does anybody want to share a story of the best vegetarian meal they ever had, or how they ended up becoming vegetarian, or why they love animals?
Well, one of the things one of my friends said to me the other day, who's vegan, that I thought he made such a great point. He said, "Have you ever met an unhappy vegan?" And I thought, no, I haven't. You know, we're putting such love out into the world, into the environment, that we're just really showing our happiness and our love. I've never met an unhappy vegan. Have you guys?
No, that's true. Right, you're right. They just have a wonderful energy to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I became vegetarian many, many years ago, but then really started getting active in the animal movement. I personally have an animal organization that does large-scale rescues.
And unbelievable.
Thank you. Kristen works with us. And for me, it was about watching an undercover fur video. And when I saw it, what I saw was happening, because I loved animals my entire life. And yet I found myself very surprised that I didn't have any idea what was really happening to them. And I had no idea what was really happening to animals. They just existed, and I thought they were wonderful, and life was grand. But when I saw this on the screen, I was so taken aback. It was as if somebody had kicked me in the stomach, and I doubled over. And I just started sobbing uncontrollably. But it was that moment, that very poignant moment, that I said, my life is changed forever. And from that moment forward, my diets changed. I bought a new car to get rid of my leather interior. I threw out all the leather out of my closet. I went through all of my cabinets and found every single product that had been tested on animals, and I threw that out, and on and on and on. And so now my life is so enriched and so incredible because of this relationship that I have with animals now, and it's extended itself into the whole green world, not just with animals, but with the environment.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Anybody else want to hear Don McLean and the Don McLean Band?
We all like.
Oh, they need a few minutes, as most everyone here knows, to set up. And I am going to talk about being a vegetarian. I just want to say a little bit about Don. Don McLean discovered me years ago. He discovered me at the Troubadour back in 1972. Before I got St. Elsewhere, any of that, this wonderful man, this wonderful musician, who was a big star at that time, saw me play the Troubadour, and he thought I was amusing. And so he got me management, what have you, and I went on the road, and I opened for him and many other acts thanks to Don McLean. Can we have a big thanks for Don McLean about that? I met him in 72 and 1970. You asked about being a vegetarian. That's when I stopped eating red meat in 1970. I became a vegetarian in 1970, and I haven't had red meat since. Thank you. I strayed for a while. I was one of those people who's eating fish for a while. I wised up on that. That doesn't work for me anymore and has not for years. I'm a pure vegan now, and I've been doing that for quite a while. Thank you. But I started this journey in 1970, and I'm 62 years old, and I rode up from Laurel and Ventura to Mulholland this morning, as I do every morning. So when they say you don't have any strength if you're a vegetarian, that's not the way it is around my household. I feel very good. And as I said, I'm 62, and so it's a good diet. And I also became aware not just how it might benefit me, Kristen and others, but how it benefited the animals, the factory farms and these chickens and these hogs, the way they are, their whole life in one position for most of their life. They can't even move. It's not right. It really isn't right. Factory farms are bad. They're bad for the animals and they're bad for the environment. You go to a lot of rivers throughout the Midwest and you see what's happening there. They're really all these this incredible amount of nitrogen and these pollutants and what have you, and the kind of manure and what have you that comes from a farm. They try to contain it in these big ponds and pools. It doesn't work, and it gets in the waterways. It gets in the groundwater. It's bad for the environment. Listen to Bobby Kennedy Jr.'s talk about that, and he'll tell you in no uncertain terms how these big factory farms are despoiling the commons. It's very old law that you're not allowed to despoil the commons. That's what they're doing. They're polluting the water, the groundwater, and the rivers and streams. But I've been doing this since 1970. That's when I started. It's 42 years later, and I feel pretty good.
So I'll try to get through this without crying, but I'm already starting. So I think that, what's important for me is to try to pull the thread and see where these things lead and really look for myself and have people decide for themselves. My mom bought laundry detergent, so I bought laundry detergent. And one day, when I'm pouring it in, I thought, that's neon blue. And where does it go? Well, and then you start asking questions and comparing, and then I start looking at what, factory farming does to our land. Well, also genetically modified crops are doing horrible things. So it's just an investigation for me, because I find that, I love this story where someone went to Gandhi and said, hey, would you tell my kid to stop eating sugar? And he said, you come back in 2 weeks. So they came back to the same spot in 2 weeks, and Gandhi goes, stop eating sugar. And she's like, I was here 2 weeks ago, dude. What was with all that? And he said, well, I was still eating sugar. I was out traveling, and I'd gotten some plastic thing and was throwing it in the trash. That's really not that different, because that's putting oil back in earth. It's not my backyard, but it's somebody's. Our lives are so busy, and I'm doing Twitter and Facebook and married and laundry and what have you. But my thing is to just kind of slow down.